All right, Cyrus, I want to talk to you about Baghead.
Oh, you made a movie about your dating life?
Man, you beat me to it. I've had a few of those in my time.
You had a few triple Bagheads.
In fact, I had some Bagheads, and I didn't have enough bags for them. So it's when I saw this movie, I was like, this really is a horror movie. Nobody should know. Nobody should know about the Baghead life. But turns out that this is a movie that it falls into the category of, I'm laughing at the term that you gave it because I've never heard of this before. What do you call it?
Mumblecore?
Mumblecore.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly is Mumblecore?
It's like punk rock for people with Asperger's. No, I don't. It's ultra low budget films about normal people. Essentially, it's Dogma 98. Remember that whole thing that Lars von Trier?
Was it Dogma 98, Dogma 95?
95. Dogma 95 that Lars von Trier and a bunch of directors attempted to do, but no one actually made a film sticking by the rules. Except the reason this is happening here is because they literally don't have the money or talent to do something else.
People, like he said, there was an experiment that went on a while back where these people said, we're going to make movies with the bare minimum. We're going to have a camera, but no lighting, no big actors or anything. Yeah. But these are the people who had the money to try that out. They're like, hey, we can make a real movie if we want to.
Yeah, they were like, we could do it. We just choose not to because blah, 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 and arty art and yada, yada, and fingers stuck out while you drink your espresso. But these guys are guys who literally don't have the money to do anything different. So they were like, hey, you know what? We should come up with a name for this. So then it's cool.
Yeah, so, these are the guys these are poor motherfuckers here who just said, thank God for the art scene. Otherwise, nobody would watch this shit. And this movie, you're right. It's funny because when you say mumblecore, I'm thinking of like a hardcore band on stage, like, and the guy comes to the mic.
Oh God, somebody's gonna do that now.
Or it's a rap group like, I stabbed that bitch.
Oh, 50 Cent.
Yeah, there you go. That's the original mumblecore right there. So with this movie Baghead, we're at your house and your headphones keep hitting my mic.
Aww.
I'm sorry.
Bring your own damn headphones next time.
I'm so sorry. I'm such an ungrateful host. So with Baghead, the story is that you have 4 people and they claim to have had some sort of career in films. Like 2 of them say, yeah, we've been in feature films before. You remember movies that we've done? What have we done lately? And they're like, well, nothing.
Wait, inside the movie or in real life?
Within the movie.
Okay.
So that, and I can tell you the name of these actors. I mean, you never heard of them. I'm not going to name them because you never heard of them. Really? Yeah, exactly. But so they're sitting around saying, yeah, we need to respark our careers. So they said we need to go out into the woods, write roles for all of us, and make a movie about it.
Wait, this is Diary of the Dead.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Even though some of the acting was very dead in this movie. No, it's not. The movie's not that bad. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. But when they go out to the woods, now here's where it kind of deviates away from what people would consider to be indie flick or indie flick of this kind, because you have what seem like ordinary people about to go out and do ordinary things. But when they get out into the woods and decide to write this script, it's 2 guys and 2 girls, and they already have some drama going on. One guy has some history with one of the girls. The other girl wants to sleep with that guy.
Yeah,
and this poor guy who gets no ass at all.
It sounds like a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, they all should be killed. And he's like, yeah, I don't want you to sleep with this girl who wants to sleep with you because I want to sleep with her and go out. He's like, you're very kind of annoyed with these people. But why they want to go out in the woods together, I don't know. But so they go out there and one girl says, when she goes up to her room, she's waiting on this guy to come in, and somebody with a bag on her head sneaks into the room. And she's drunk and everything, and she gets up the next day and she's telling him, like, somebody with a bag came into our room. I mean, it came into the house and came into my room, and the guy's like, okay, we don't really believe you, but...
Yeah, the unknown comic is dead, okay? That's not funny.
But this... Yeah, this is comeback career. Yeah. No, the guy says, I don't believe you, but you know what? That's a damn good story. We should write that. And they're thinking that, okay, one of us obviously was going around with a bag on our heads just trying to freak people out.
Wait. I got to stop you right now, because this is the same thing I guarantee you everybody is thinking when they're listening to this. You're like, she's drunk, she's waiting for sex. Guy comes into her room with a bag on his head. Cut to next day in your description. Okay, did she have sex with the guy with the bag on his head?
No, the guy just kind of crept on out. So apparently it's gay. It's a gay guy with it. It's a gay bag head.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gay head. so yeah.
He's wearing a bag from Bed Bath & Beyond, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's all flowery and nice smelling. It smells of lavender.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're figuring like, man, okay, one of us, we're not freaked out because one of us is going around here with this bag on our hand. We're just screwing around each other. But then when they're all in the same room, somebody comes up to the window and it's not one of them. It's some guy who really does have a bag on his head and he looks like some sort of psycho killer. Now, I'm not going to ruin anything from this point on about the movie, but the way they're pitching this movie on TV and in theaters is that 4 friends going to the wood to write a movie. They decide to write about a baghead. But the baghead is real. No,
it's Urban Legend 3.
Yeah, no, it ain't. Yeah, exactly. It is not what you think it is. It's basically, as you say, a bunch of people spending a lot of time doing nothing, talking about their troubles, and every now and then the baghead guy like, I'm tired of hearing these sons of bitches. I'm gonna make an appearance. And I'm gonna disappear. And you get to the point where you're like, I see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to create a very indie movie with the small elements of a horror film.
Sure.
And even then, it doesn't take the path that you think it takes.
Does anyone die?
I cannot ruin this for you.
Okay.
I will not go that far. All I will say is this: there's been a lot of support in our hometown here for this movie in Austin.
Sure.
I might even interview these directors who did this, and their names are the Duplass brothers, or the Duplass brothers.
Jay and Mark
Duplass, and they did a movie a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, The Puffy Chair.
Yes, which I had heard was actually not bad at all.
It was a fun movie, man.
Yeah,
it was a very low budget movie, but they used that budget very well. These no-name actors they had in there, you liked.
Even though it was Mumblecore.
Even though they Mumblecoring through the whole movie. But this movie here, because they try to bring in that horror element, it seems like a horror movie that just ran out of budget. Wow.
See, this one thing I don't want to see is a horror movie that just starts rambling and going, you know what, what's the point? Isn't it just like life?
I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking they didn't have enough money to even buy a mask at HEB, a monster mask, so they got a paper bag.
I was going to say there was their planning budget, paper or plastic.
Well, he might suffocate with the plastic. We'll go with the paper. And then they said, well, we really don't have a whole lot of money for special effects, so we're not going to have any blood in this.
Okay.
And we're really not going to have a whole lot of money even to pay the baghead guys. So you guys just sit around and improvise talking for a little bit, and we'll just film that, and we'll edit the baghead guy coming in later. So it's very. Some people are going to like this. Some people are going to see this as, okay, this is a very good experiment combining this very independent cinema and doing this thing with this small horror element in there. And I admire them for what they're trying to do.
But these guys are filmmakers, right? Like the characters themselves are filmmakers. So this is like reflective of the people actually making the film on some level, I assume. But you were saying a lot of this is just them talking. So are they talking about interesting stuff about film and making movies? Is there an audience of that crowd that might be interested?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because a lot of the talk, they admit, there's one guy who says, he makes a point to tell these people, they're like the people that I hate. Mm-hmm. He says, we came out here to the woods to write this story, and you sons of bitches ain't doing shit to help me out with it. Mm-hmm. You're just talking about doing nothing. And for that one element right there, that one little minute where they did that, I was like, this is pretty cool. But the rest of it is like, hey, man, I told you not to have sex with her. You promised me. Hey, hi, I really like you. And the girl's drunk, and I see you as a friend, and I'm like, oh, shit, man. What is this 90210 shit right here?
Well, I just don't want to see that, because that's just like actual life. Hey, guys, good job. You did it. This is like life. I don't know why you would want to do that, but, let's make a film about Cyrus at home, sitting around all day, waiting for someone to call. No one calls. He rereads his Fantastic Four comic collection and goes to bed. Thank you, award-winning film. Somebody call the Mumblecore writers.
I'm that guy. I've been that guy that's been shot down. I'd rather be friends. Okay. I've been through that. I lived that. I wish there was a baghead in there to make it interesting.
I know. I was going to say. I'd be like, well done. Thank you for stalking me, Baghead.
It's movies for a very independent cinema type audience, and they will like that. If you're the type of person that you want to pay money to go see something that you can go back and say, oh, you've never heard of this movie before, then that would probably be you.
Yeah. You're one of those people who's like, hey, nobody else likes this movie, but, I hear it's kind of cool to like it anyway, then this is your movie.
I'm being nice, though. If you're going to experiment with crossing genres especially on this kind of a budget, then this is the perfect realm to do it.
Sure. No, and I'm all about that. There have been great DIY projects before. This just doesn't sound very interesting to me.
And I wouldn't, and as much as I'm saying that it didn't keep my interest that much, that's kind of a lie too, because I do want to know what's the deal with Baghead. Yeah, I want to know who he is. What is he doing there?
So it sounds like at the end of it is like the last remaining character. Do they find him like standing up against the wall, you know, with a bag on his head? You know, there's little stick figures of like, you know, HEB baggers left lying around. And stuff.
No, it's
the Bag Witch Project or something.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. No, that guy over in the corner with a bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
Bag sticking out of his ass or
so
something.
So there's no mythology behind it. It's just kind of silly.
Come on, man. What if you're a killer and all you could do is afford a paper sack? You don't deserve a mythology or anything, all right? I mean, you just ruined it right there.
Anything scary though if you set it up like there's a story behind it. Oh, but didn't you know the legend of the Baghead?
He was a disgruntled grocery store employee
once in 1893 when HEB first began.
But exactly.
Herbert Butts was disgruntled one day.
So you forget, not everybody has an HEB in that town like we do.
Okay. Who started Safeway or Giant or
anything?
Food Lion,
Walmart? I don't know. But I will. At least they had this movie, The Strangers, where a guy went around with a potato sack on his head.
Oh, was there a potato stack?
No, I'm just saying the guy with the potato sack. At least he got a Sharpie marker and put a smile on the potato sack. He did something. He improvised. This dude just got a bag. But right when the movie was kind of beginning to get on my nerves with all the talking, they brought the guy in enough to make you think, oh yeah, what's going on with him? So look, for me, it's definitely a rental.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
And it's not because it's bad. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, it's so low budget that it's something that you could actually rent and you don't feel like you're missing anything. I think some people will probably be more disappointed if they saw it in the theater. And I hate to criticize a movie like that, but
well, yeah, because you want to support the people who are involved in it, who really did it by the seat of their pants, who probably put in a lot of their own personal money into it. And yeah, I support anybody who does that, even if what they end up doing is a total piece of crap. If this is your dream to do it, you're putting all your money, you're getting all your friends to work on it. Great, I mean, God knows you made one of them.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, man. I've been there, but yeah. I mean, the same way I've been praised and criticized for it.
I praised you. I think you did a great job for everything that you had and what you had to spend. You spent well.
I do appreciate that. I mean, the only thing is that I've been there, and for whatever criticisms like that, I was like, I understand where that's coming from. I don't want to be too hard on these people because I understand where they're coming from.
This is a film you have to judge based on the situation in which it's made, though, which is different than other films in and of itself.
You do.
So I think that's fair to say a rental anyway, because, odds are it's not coming to the theater in your town anyway.
No, and really, I think that if they pitched it too hard and if they advertised too hard for it, you really will get people in there who are going to be very angry at the movie. Yeah. And this is one of those rare movies I would say I don't want anybody to hate this movie. I don't want anybody to not support it. I don't want anybody to be misled and hate it. But if you're watching, if you're 21 years old and you're somebody who's watching Squidbillies on Adult Swim, and then this thing comes on, you're like, wow, Baghead looks scary. And then you go to the theater like, what the fuck? Then you're going to be the type of person going to walk out saying that was bullshit.
Yeah.
But if you're the person who's sitting up there, probably like you say, got your pinky out, sipping a little, a little.
You see the commercial at your local coffee house. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Baghead. I shall visit him.
Hey, anybody can make a film. You really can. It's not saying it's going to be good, but anybody can make a film.
And this goes to show you don't need a whole lot of money. You just need a paper bag and 4 people who you never heard of before. Yeah. And boom, you got a movie. So there you go, rental, but a very positive, good rental.
All right then.
Sounded so bad. Very good rental though.
Good job, guys. Pat on the head.
Go ahead.